Chelsea signed Amougou, talented young midfielder from Saint-Etienne. Chelsea have again added ammunition for the future by bringing in Amougou, a talented 19-year-old midfielder from Saint-Etienne. This transfer was agreed for a value of 15 million euros, and Amougou immediately signed a long-term contract for 8 years with the Blues. However, Chelsea will not immediately use him next season. As part of the player development plan, Amougou will be loaned to Strasbourg first before returning to Stamford Bridge in 2026. This strategy is similar to what Chelsea has done with several other young players, such as Andrey, Santos and Angelo. Amougou is known as a talented midfielder with high technical ability, sharp game vision, and impressive physical endurance. With his playing style, he could be an interesting addition to Chelsea's midfield in the future. The Blues have indeed continued to be aggressive in building a potential young squad, in line with their transfer policy since the arrival of the new owner. Will Amougou be one of Chelsea's future stars? We look forward to seeing his progress. Chelsea have already confirmed Andrey Santos as one of the main players for next season under Enzo Maresca. Currently, the young Brazilian midfielder is still on loan at Strasbourg, but he will return to Stamford Bridge in June 2025. Chelsea are satisfied with Santos' development in France and believe he can strengthen the team's midfield. However, many fans are questioning why Santos was not immediately recalled, considering Chelsea's current lack of midfielders. This decision was made because Chelsea wanted to help Strasbourg, who still need Santos in the second half of this season. But if Chelsea experience a crisis in midfield, this decision could backfire. Is this the right move or a big mistake? Let's wait and see next season. John Obi Mikel expressed his frustration with Jadon Sancho, who he said has disappeared in recent games. Since the beginning of the season, Sancho has indeed shown promising performances, but now he has started to lose his touch. According to Mikel, Sancho appeared impressive when he first joined, with his ability to dribble, penetrate the opponent's defense, and create chances. However, since December, that expectation is no longer visible. He seems to have lost his spirit, can't relax, and his performance has dropped drastically, Mikel said on his podcast. His statistics don't help either. In 18 Premier League games this season, Sancho has only scored 2 goals and 4 assists. In the last match against West Ham, Mario Melchior even considered the winger to be very passive, before finally being withdrawn in the second half. Sancho came to Chelsea with the hope of being able to bounce back after a difficult time at Manchester United, but his inconsistency is still a problem. Ben Foster even questioned this transfer from the start, considering it a confusing decision from Chelsea. Can Sancho prove himself before the end of the season? Or will he be a failed signing like his previous club? All eyes are on him now. Christopher Nkunku appears to be on Chelsea's transfer list for the summer. Despite staying on beyond the January transfer window, reports suggest the club have set a price tag of between £60 million and £70 million for him. Manchester United and Bayern Munich were both interested in signing Nkunku, but Chelsea's asking price was too high. The player is now a backup option under Enzo Maresca, who preferred Amougou as a striker in the last game against West Ham. Joao Felix's departure could open up more opportunities for Nkunku in attack, but Cole Palmer remains Maresca's first choice. Palmer is currently Chelsea's top scorer with 14 goals, one more than Nkunku. Nkunku himself is unhappy with his lack of playing time, especially in the Premier League, where he has only started 3 times. The majority of his appearances have come in cup competitions. He is under contract until 2029, but sources say a number of clubs are still interested in signing him this summer. Will Chelsea really let Nkunku go? Or can he prove himself before the end of the season? Chelsea are currently formulating a major strategy to strengthen their squad for next season, and this time their main focus is the goalkeeper position. The latest report states that the Blues are ready to submit a €70 million offer to recruit Gregor Kobel from Borussia Dortmund. This decision came after Robert Sanchez's performance was considered less than convincing. Several fatal mistakes he made this season made Chelsea start looking for a more solid alternative. Kobel, who performed impressively with Dortmund, is considered the ideal option to guard the Blues' goal. Dortmund actually do not want to lose their main goalkeeper, but Chelsea's big offer could shake the German club's attitude. Moreover, Chelsea has big ambitions to compete again at the top of the Premier League and needs a goalkeeper who is more in line with Enzo Maresca's playing style. Kobel himself is known as a modern goalkeeper with extraordinary reflexes, good ball distribution, and calmness under pressure. Former Hoffenheim goalkeeping coach Michael Reckner even praised him as a true talent, who has the potential to become one of the best in Europe. If this transfer does happen, Kobel could become one of the most expensive goalkeepers in Chelsea's history, following in the footsteps of Kepa Arrizabalaga, who was bought for £71.6 million. Are Chelsea really ready to spend big money to strengthen their defense? Let's wait for further news. Manchester United are reportedly ready to release their talented young midfielder, Mainoo, in the 2025 summer transfer market. Chelsea is one of the clubs monitoring this situation, but do the Blues dare to spend a large amount of money for the 18-year-old player? According to the latest report from The Guardian, Manchester United have set a price of £80 million for Mainoo. This decision was taken because of the profit and sustainability rules, which forced them to sell players to strengthen the squad next season. Apart from Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho is also on the sale list with a price of around £70 million. With such a high price, is Mainoo really worth buying for Chelsea? Looking at his performance this season, the MU Academy player has been solid in midfield and is one of the best young players in the Premier League. His ability to control the game, sharp playing vision, and calmness under pressure make him a valuable asset for any team. On the other hand, Chelsea currently needs additional strength in the midfield. Enzo Maresca's playing style that prioritizes ball possession and progression from the backline certainly requires a creative midfielder who can be a link between the lines. Mainoo could be a long-term solution for Chelsea, but the price set by MU could be a big obstacle. So, will Chelsea dare to spend a large amount of money for Mainoo? Or will they choose another alternative in the transfer market? All will be answered in the next few months. In the winter transfer market, Chelsea were reportedly interested in recruiting young Moroccan midfielder Reda Belahiani from Hellas Verona. However, in the end, the player joined Lazio on the last day of the transfer. What really happened? Maurizio Setti, the former owner of Verona, who is still involved in the club's negotiations, revealed that Chelsea did have serious talks about Belahiani. However, the Blues eventually backed out because they wanted a player who was more ready for the first team. According to him, it was the wrong decision for Chelsea, but an advantage for Lazio. In addition to Chelsea, there was also interest from French clubs such as Marseille and Rennes, as well as several other Serie A teams. However, Lazio were the quickest to make a decision and were convinced of Belahiani's potential. The midfielder himself has performed quite well this season, with 22 matches in Serie A with Verona before moving to Lazio. Chelsea's failure to sign Belahiani also coincided with Cesare Casade's move to Torino. It could be that Casade's departure was the reason why Chelsea were linked with Belahian. However, until now, there is still speculation whether the Blues' interest is real or just an agent strategy to boost the player's reputation. So, will Chelsea regret this decision? Or is Belahian not the figure they need? We'll see how he develops at Lazio this season. The January transfer window may be closed, but Chelsea still have one deal left to do. David Washington is reportedly set to return to Santos in the near future. The young Brazilian striker was signed by Chelsea in 2023 for a fee in excess of £17 million, but has failed to develop as expected. He has been outclassed in the academy by Kobel youngsters, Donald McNeely and Shamera Makuka, who have even had a taste of the first team. After a poor start to life in England, Washington is currently playing in the South American Under-20 Championship and has scored 2 goals. Chelsea will hope a return to Santos can revive his career. A deal is still in the works, but with the Brazilian transfer window remaining open until February 28th, there is plenty of time to get it done. If he fails to shine in Brazil, Chelsea risk losing out on their investment. Is this the right move for Washington and Chelsea?